Hello and welcome to another video project on Alpha Restoration channel. Today we are dealing with an interesting project which troubleshoots persistent high idling on the Alpha 147. The high idle happens intermittently and depending on the driving conditions, meaning the idle comes back to normal after several seconds of high idle. The idling system on the CF3, or commonly known as Euro 3 twin-spark engines, is exclusively handled by the engine management system without the aid of idle speed actuator as found on the CF2 engine. The fact that there is no device controlling the idle leads us to attribute the high idling to false air into the engine. Let's find out where the problem hides and get this project started. Start by removing the decorative plastic cover found on the top of the engine and the air intake sleeve from the air filter box to the throttle. We will need to gain access to the rear side of the plastic intake manifold and more specifically on the evaporative solenoid valve. This valve is responsible to allow fuel vapor coming from the fuel tank, or more precisely the charcoal canister, enter the intake manifold and become part of the mixture. The valve in question is the only part of the fuel system which, if faulty, then fuel vapor will be continuously entering the intake manifold, thus increasing the air percentage of the mixture, resulting in higher idle. Remove the throttle body by disconnecting the wiring connector and acting on the 4 screws fixing it to the intake manifold. Unplug the 2 wiring sockets to the engine control unit. These sockets connect the engine harness to the body computer. Gaining access to the valve is not an easy task at all, as it is located in a rather tight spot behind and under the plastic intake manifold. This means we have to remove the intake manifold, which requires quite a few preliminary steps like fuel rail, throttle body, air intake sleeve, engine wiring, and power steering fluid tank removal. Having removed all the necessary parts which allow us to remove the intake manifold, the valve is finally visible and easily accessible. This is the knock sensor. The knock sensor was replaced 2 or 3 months ago while doing the engine overhaul, and I opted to replace the knock sensor while doing a major work, since the original knock sensor was 22 years old. However, this proves the bad quality that aftermarket parts today can only offer. That's the Delphi knock sensor. That's the Bosch, the original one, which had absolutely no problem. However, the Delphi one decided to die. So I will stick to the original one, the Bosch one. So guys, whenever you replace parts on your alphas, make sure to use only new and original parts if you want to have peace of mind. While removing the intake manifold, it is advisable to renew the intake manifold rubber sleeves. These are the rubber sleeves. They age, they crack, resulting in false air into the engine and idle problems or even running problems. So make sure to replace those rubber seals. So we will replace this evaporative solenoid valve, which is actually this valve in new, and just a second. I have just discovered that the part number is different. Oh shit. 142, 385, 336. Shit. Checking the Bosch part numbers stamped on the valves, it was evident that the new valve was not the correct one, as not only the part number being different, but also the mounting bracket. An internet search revealed that the new valve is the one used on the Alpha 156 1.6 CF3 models, which use the same exactly engine management system. It was a matter of a few minutes to exchange the mounting brackets and use the Alpha 156 CF3 valve without any problem or implication. Let's start putting everything together. It's highly advisable to install new intake sleeves, as these are prone to cracking due to excessive heat coming from the engine. Now that everything has been put back together, we should connect the diagnostic tool in order to read and clear the fault codes. The OBD port is located under the steering wheel with easy access. Once the diagnostic tool has cleared the errors, we can fire up the engine. Well, another project has been successfully completed. The idling problems have been resolved and we are ready to tackle more aging problems from our Alpha ownership. As always, thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next video project, which has to do with servicing the cooling and air conditioning system on the Alpha 147.